And welcome back to the D. Glenn Smith Spectrum. Spencer Nielsen, the Aggie Hall of Famer. I'm Ajay Salas, replacing Scott Gerard tonight. As he's in Hawaii on the islands getting ready for Utah State Aggie football on this very station. Again, 9 o'clock kickoff, 8 o'clock tip or 8 o'clock pregame on here on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Aggies are in the all whites, blue trim, blue numbers, blue lettering. And while the Bradley Braves are in the reds, white trim at the top, white numbers, white lettering. We are underway here. Tip-off goes to Utah State, and Ryland Jones will catch it. Cross timeline, Jones on a handoff to Taylor Funk. Taylor now chest pass to Shulga, left of the wing, high above the arc. Looking at Doris, so Dosi-Do with the right side screen. Shulga, instead of going to Doris, will go back to Beresford, top of the key. Left side now is Funk. Funk backs into the lane, backing in, working on the lane, spins to the left, now fadeaway jumper. Front rim, no good, but Beresford with the putback, can't get it to go. Rebound by Hannah, here comes the Braves. Hickman on the right side, right in front of us. Now the top of the key is going to be Dean. Dean into the lane, left to left of the elbow. Sends to the left of the wing, now taking the top of the key on a screen from Hannah. He'll go into the lane, pull up a jumper underneath the arc. On the left side of the backboard, nothing else, no good. Aggies on the rebound, here's Ryland Jones on the far side, going from right to left on the radio dial. Bairstow hands off to Funk on the left of the wing. Funk will give back to Ryland. Aggies will reset on the offense. A Dosi-Do on a screen from Doris on the right side. Now he'll pull back off a double. Loses it, gets it back. Doubled again. Loses it. Somehow retains it. It dishes into Doris. To Beresford on the left side of the block. Off the glass. No good. But he'll draw the foul, and he'll go to shoot two.
Great ball movement. Ryland got in a double team. They trapped him. The big man hedged out and stayed there. He got in a little bit of trouble, but he was able to sneak through, get the ball to Trevin, and then Trevin dropped it to Bairstow. Really good movement.
It's a small sample size because Bearstow's only 1 of 2 this season from the free throw line. That's 50%. First one up and good. Opening salvo fired by the Aggies at the free throw line. 1-0 Utah State. 18:55 remaining here in the first half. Bairstow on a deep breath, spins of the ball. One dribble, bends, extends, releases, and hits. 2-0 Utah State. Dean will bring it across the timeline right in front of us. Being guarded by Ryland Jones on a left-handed dribble. He'll hand off to Leons. Leons back to Dean. Dean being guarded by Ryland slips, and we got a bumping foul. Ooh, boy. Thought there was some wet spot on the court, but instead they're going to call Ryland for the foul. He's not sure why, but Bradley will inbound right in front of us here on the near side, left, right on the radio dial.
You know Ryland, you see him get up into Dean at the three-point line. Dean would much rather shoot threes than drive, so they are going to force him off the three-point line.
And now we got an offensive foul. That's going to go on at Malavai Leons.
Got to give him a step. He crowded him too much. You got to give the defender one step before he hits the screen.
2-0 Utah State, 18:41 remaining here in the first half. Early get going. Bradley and Utah State here on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield and the Mountain West Network. Thanks for joining us, however, wherever you're doing so. Funk on a bounce pass to Ryland, top of the key. Left side Shulga looking at Doris, can't get it there. Doris working on the left of the block until set a screen for Shulga. Shulga rejects that screen, now will take it. On a bounce pass, it's going to be picked off easily by Leon. It's not a great pass either. Here's Dean on the right of the wing. Dean, one-handed pass to Leons. Now left side is Hickman. Hickman directing traffic. Says going to pull on a left wing three. Back rim, no good. Ball bounces into Bairstow's hands. Aggies want to run. Far side. Bairstow, hesitation dribble. Spins to the right, off the glass. That can't go. Dorius tips it around. Bairstow chases down the rebound to Jones. Shulga, right of the wing. Extra to Funk. Three, no. Montgomery on the rebound, his first touch of the night. Dean, now it's Hickman in the corner. Back to Dean, right of the wing. Top of the keys, Montgomery. Calls for a screen from Hannah. Now going to the lane, laid up off the glass. That's too strong. Front rim, no good. Shulga on a no-look bounce pass. Oh, nearly throws it away to Funk, who scrambles to catch it. Three in and out. Funk hits the ground, looks for a foul, no call. Here comes Dean, here comes the Brave. Bounce pass to Leon. He'll take a three. That's no good either. A little bit of kind of back and forth basketball. No rhythm set for either team yet, Spencer. Here's Jones at the charity stripe, steps underneath the nail, and we got a travel. Moves that pivot foot just a bit too much, Spencer.
Both teams really excited, pushing the ball. The Aggies are moving the ball really well. They're just not able to finish. I do think one adjustment, UVU, they had that Bandango big man who was low showing everything. Bradley's hedging, meaning their big men are getting out on the pick and roll, and that's changing the tempo for the Aggies.
Bellew and Henry check in. Meanwhile, some subs on the Bradley side as Montgomery and Hannah check out. Here's a jumper from Dean just above the nail, and he hits it. 2-2 ball game. 16:56 remaining in the first half. Rylan Jones on the near side. He'll be guarded by Dean. Takes a right-handed dribble. Bounce pass to Shulga. Shulga now to Bairstow. Back to Rylan. Rylan loses it. Gets it back. Now skip pass to the corner to Shulga, who has to save it. Able to do so to Bairstow. Back to Shulga on the left of the wing. 14 on the shot clock. Plenty time to work. Shulga splits it between the legs, not once, but twice down the left side. Step back, fadeaway jumper, good. Boy, he makes that look easy, Spencer.
Yeah, that was a clear isolation play on the wing. Instead of bringing up the screener, they wanted him to just go man-to-man.
Dean's three from the left wing is no good, but now Hickman here on the right of the wing after a rebound from Henry. Now Dean drives into the lane, stops at the baseline. He'll pull a fadeaway back jumper. That's in and out, no good. Funk on the rebound. Funk will give it to Ryland. They'll slow it down just a bit. A 4-2 ball game. Utah State leading 16:08 remaining here in the first half. Stephen Ashford will check in on the next dead ball. Here's a fadeaway jumper from Funk, who hits the round again, no call. Odom wants to know why. Here's Dean, top of the key, drives into the lane. Jumper from the left side of the hash marks, front rim, no good. Ball bouncing around the ground. Shulga's able to save it into Bairstow, and as Bairstow's looking to contain it, he's fouled by Leons, and that will give us to a media back and forth racetrack kind of basketball so far, but basketball now. Pop Weathers is checked in for Bradley. Here's Ashford from the top of the key on a screen from Atkin. Now gets it to Atkin at the right of the elbow. Back to Ashworth. Ashworth now holds inside to Atkin, who can't contain it. Finally gets it back off the glass. Good in the foul.
Great pass. I don't know if you saw that. It was right over the shoulder of the Bradley defender. Steven saw it. The head wasn't watching, and he just threaded the kneel to Atkin.
That's a tough pass to make, too, in traffic. So Atkin will go to the line. Aggies lead at 6-2 with 15.5 remaining in the first half. By the way, is that right? Is there 4 fouls on Bradley already?
Yeah, they got a couple tic-tac fouls on the offensive end.
This one is no good. Can't complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way, so it remains a 6-2 ball game with 15:25 remaining. Here's Weathers at the top of the key, standing on the fringe of the logo. A screen from Henry. Weathers comes to the right side. Now's a dribble to the left side, inside to Henry. Henry on the left of the block, into the paint. Hook shot is all around the rim and in.
Steven got on the switch and was guarding a much bigger player, and he took him down into the post.
6-4, Utah State leading with 15 minutes remaining. Ashworth dribbles halfway around the world, instead gives it to Funk on the left of the wing, back to Ashworth high above the arc. Bairstow to Ashworth, right wing three, catch and shoot, no. Tavanainen on the rebound. He's checked in for Hickman. Tavanainen now holds, gives to Weathers. Top of the key on a screen. Weathers now holds, back to Tavanainen. Left side is Montgomery. Montgomery drives into the lane, spins to the right, now fades to the left. His jumper's back rim too strong, no good, and Shulga on the rebound. Shulga brings it across timeline with no pressure at all. Splits it behind the back, now needs a screen. Instead, we'll give to Funk. Bounce pass to Bairstow on the left, just above the block. Bairstow sees a double, dribbles out of it, into the lane, throws a right-handed floater, that's too strong, no good. Gets his own rebound, fires to Funk. Extra to Ashworth, one more to Shulga. Right wing three, looks good, no.
Great extra pass by Funk and then by Steven. Just couldn't knock it down.
Weathers right in front of us, being guarded by Ashworth. He'll get a screen. Now Weathers into the lane, right of the elbow, pull-up jumper, back rim, no good. Both teams getting great looks, Spencer, just can't get him to fall.
Yeah, can't knock him down. These were shots that were obviously going against UVU.
Got a bump foul, and I believe that's going to go on Tavanainen. Aggies are 2 of 11 right now, as is Bradley.
Yeah, it's not great shooting
looks, right?
Yeah, both teams have gotten good looks, just not great shooting percentage. You don't know if that's nerves or sometimes the ball just doesn't fall. The key is that they continue to guard and that they shoot when they're open, don't lose their confidence.
Bairstow checks out, Ziamoda checks in. Meanwhile, there's Montgomery, Dean, Henry, Tavanainen, and Hannah on for Bradley. Here's Ashworth, looking, finds Funk right at wing, high above the arc. Strips it, gets it back. Now holds on a screen from Ashworth, dribbles into the corner, now backing in, and it's a mismatch on Dean. His bounce pass intended for Atkin, though, is thrown away, picked off by Tavanainen. Here comes Henry, now to the left side to Montgomery, back to Tavanainen. Now Hannah, just on the top of the nail to Dean. Dean drives into the lane left side, kick out pass to the corner, pump fakes, man flies by. The layup is no good on the push shot by Henry. Rebounded by Utah State, Ashworth on the left of the wing. Now reset on the offense. Ashworth into the lane, kicks to Shulga, right wing three, got it.
Sometimes you just got to see the ball go in the hoop once. Hopefully that takes the lid off of it and the Aggies can start knocking them down.
Aggies now lead at 9-4, 13:05 remaining here in the first half. Here's Hannah on a play action fake with Henry, now gets to Tavanainen. A lob, we got a whistle? Yes, we do. Got a whistle up top on the alley-oop lob that was intended for Hannah.
Hannah's really long and athletic. Anytime they're handing off or setting a ball screen and he's rolling, those players are looking up to throw that lob.
Foul goes on Akin, his first, team second. Bradley has 5 fouls already here. With 12:56 remaining, Utah State leads at 9-4. Tavanainen looking, finds Montgomery. Montgomery, pump fakes, now goes into the lane. His floater is blocked by Taylor Funk. Tavanainen, though, gets it back. Now gives to Hannah, right side here, Montgomery. We got another whistle here. What is it? We got a shot clock issue? The officials here, I think they're discussing the shot clock, Spence, am I right?
Yeah, they're looking at the shot clock on the block. Shot clock got reset to 20, I think, and it shouldn't have because it didn't hit the rim at all. No change of possession either.
Bradley's over their last 4 from the field, 1 of their last 8, and in a scoring drought of 227. How much of that is defense and how much of that is just shots not falling so far?
I think we have to give a little bit of credit to the defense, but honestly, they're getting good looks, just like the Aggies are getting good looks. I mean, you look at the percentages, you think both teams are locking it down. Utah State's got a lot of open threes that they haven't been able to hit, and Bradley's actually missed quite a few shots at the rim. So both teams are playing hard, but they are getting good shots, and they're just not knocking it down.
Thank you to D.L. Evans Bank for supporting Aggie Athletics. D.L. Evans Bank is a community with local employees helping their community succeed. All right, here we are. Shot clock at 11, game clock at 12:54. Aggies lead it 9-4. And Bradley will inbound from the baseline. Again, 11 on the shot clock. Montgomery, Dean, Henry, Tavanainen, and Hannah on for Bradley. Ashford, Shulga, Zapala has just checked in, and Hamoda and Akin in for the Aggies. Here's Tavanainen on a floater with the right hand inside the key. That can't go. Ball tipped around, it's coming out of bounds towards us, and Dean nearly hops the table into my lap. Thank goodness he didn't.
I would have caught him.
You know what? That is teamwork right there. 9-4 to Utah State.
Would have cradled him. He would have been safe, safe and secure.
Squish. That man is massive. 9-4 Utah State. 12:41 remaining here in the first half. Here's a bounce pass to Shulga, top of the key, screen from Zapala. Shulga into the lane. We got another touch foul. Boy, that's going to go on Tavanainen.
We're going to be in the bonus
real
soon.
Yeah, no kidding. Still with, 12:36 remaining, and there's 6 fouls on Bradley.
You know, that goes to, though, they are an aggressive, physical team. Refs are calling it tight, so that's in the Aggie favor tonight.
Ashworth inbounding, does to Shulga, who catches it just before it hits the timeline. Shulga now calling for a screen from Zapala, gets it on the left hip. Shulga into the lane, spins to the right, hands off to Akin. His floater is good from the key on the right side. 11-4, 12:21 remaining. By the way, scoring drought still continues for Bradley at 2:48. There's a bounce pass to Hannah, who stands on the edge of the nail, now drives to the right side, spins to the left, nearly stripped away by Akin. Holds on to it to Montgomery, now Hickman, who's checked in. Hickman into the lane, runs over Shulga, and we got a blocking foul. As they say, Shulga was moving the feet. That will be Aggie's 3rd foul, and I believe Shulga's 1st foul.
A great job by Akin. I don't know if you noticed. He drove, Hannah drove, was coming back to his right shoulder, which is the scouting report. He's a lefty that wants to shoot over his right shoulder. Started to come back, and Akin came over and just met him right there. Great defensive.
Shulga checks out. RJ Eidelrock is checked in. Here's a play-action fake from Hannah with Dean. Now looking for Dean. Great defense by Ashworth with 14 on the shot clock. Still plenty of time for the Braves to work. A screen from Hannah. Here's Dean Hill on a double. Now Dean trapped. Nice bounce pass to Hannah, who throws it down with 2 hands. Great pass. Great find. And we got a technical. We do. He hung on the rim. Boy, I don't know. Spencer, you've done a lot of dunks in your life. I've never dunked. I don't know. Is that
I've almost touched the rim a couple times. That's about the limit of my dunking. No, but yeah, I guess that's up to the refs' interpretation, and I'm sure Wardle's not going to be happy about that.
In fact, he's actually asking the referee, and the referee saying he yanked on the rim after he dunked it. Is that?
you want to know what? Don't yank on the rim, but I will tell you, I actually, as a freshman, I broke that rim on a dunk. Not the backboard, but I broke the rim. That's another time and another story.
We are going to definitely get that time and story. 11-4, Utah State leads it with 11:54 remaining here in the first half. You're listening to Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Do you own or rent your own home? Sure you do. Fortunately, Geico makes it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. It's a good thing, too, because having a home is hard work. Go to geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. Geico.com. Easy. Well, nothing easy about finding the rim so far or finding the net for either team. 11-6. Utah State leads it with just under 12 minutes remaining, 11:54 to be exact here. Again, a technical was called on Bradley, on Hannah for not hanging on the rim, but yanking on it. I've never seen that call before. It sends Ashford for the technical free throw. That's good as well, so makes it a 12-4 ball game.
All of you young kids, don't yank on the rim.
Spencer, you are a great example to others about not hanging on the rim ever, not once.
Two-handed power layup is how we did it in Pocatello.
Here's Tyler Rockero with the ball. Going from right to left on the radio dial of the Aggies. Z Hamoda now top of the key. Holding against Montgomery. Pass knocked away, gets it back, now gives to Ashworth. Puts it between the legs. Drills with the left hand, back to Z. He'll take a left wing three. Got it. 15-6. Utah State already up by 9. 11.5 remaining here in the opening frame, or I guess opening half. Here's Hannah now. The dribble being guarded by Shimon. Looking for Montgomery. Nothing there. Now gets it to Dean. Dean curls around, being guarded by Ashworth in front of us. Back to Hannah, back to Dean on a floater. Front rim, no good. Atkins skies for the rebound. Gets hit in the face. And now we got a whistle. It's going to be an injury timeout here. And not sure if he got hit in the nose or the eye. Hey, didn't you wear a mask one time or for a while there, Spence?
I did. That was when I...
Don't mean to recollect on bad memories or anything.
No, not a bad memory at all. I actually had Phantom of the Opera practice after basketball practice every day. I was...
lost contact.
Yeah, he got poked in the eye.
That's why I like to wear the specs. I can't do contacts for so many reasons. So we got a timeout here. Is Atkins going to try and get his contact fixed in the eye? I appreciate Scott Saunders for the help there.
I think we do need to point out that some former Aggies are listening to the call tonight, Ajay. I don't want to put the pressure on you, but Sam Merrill and Justin Bean are both listening to you tonight.
That's back-to-back games. You know, hey, Sam, if you're listening, hi, first of all, hope you're well. Secondly, I'd appreciate a follow on Instagram.
Give a shout out to Justin and
love
Sam.
Justin being one of the kindest individuals you'll ever meet. Great human being.
Playing really well for the Memphis Hustle.
Ashworth drives into the lane, loses the ball, stripped away. Here's Connor Hickman for Bradley, far side. Now hand at top of the key. Weathers right in front of us. Resets with Connor. Now it's Montgomery on a screen from Connor. Montgomery into the lane, strips, gets it back, gives to Weathers on a screen from Hannah. Right side, goes into the lane, crawls the baseline. Hickman in the corner, steps out of bounds to go the other way. Good defense.
Yeah,
that's
a great, solid defensive possession. We talked earlier that they were getting good looks and just not hitting him. That was a great pack defense. Help side, the big man stayed with the guard. The guard switched over to the big. Everyone helping each other out.
Utah State leads at 15-6, 10.5 remaining here in the first half. Been a ragged first half to say the least here. Ashworth now will take a right wing three, gets it. Aggies are right now shooting, what, 3 of 7 from 3?
Yeah, well, I mean, they started 0 of 4, and then Z came out and hit one, and then Steven hit one right there, and I believe Max has hit one as well, right?
A 7-0 run for the Aggies over the last 125, 12-2 run for the Aggies over the last 248, and that takes us to a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 18-6 Utah State, 10-27. Aggies 4 of their last 4 from the field. Spencer Bradley, 1 of their last 7.
Yeah, starting out, obviously they were cold, but now we got to give Utah State some credit. If it continues like this, they must be doing something. And like that last possession, connected is the term that coaches are going to use on defense. Everyone is connected and moving with the ball as the ball moves. Wardle sensed that, hey, Aggies have pushed this to double digits, to 12. he wanted to get out in front of this and try to calm his guys to make sure this doesn't run away in the first half.
18-6, 10:27 remaining here in the first half. Aggies have the lead right now. Ashworth with 4, Akin with 4, Amoda with 3, Bairstow with 2. Aggies, by the way, have 5 assists. There's Connor Hickman. He'll bring it slowly across timeline, and he'll be met by RJ Eilerock on a screen from Henry. Now switch to Bairstow on the defensive side. Hickman into the lane, crawls at the free throw line. Now finds Weathers. Bounce pass to Hannah. Hannah working just short of the block. Goes into the lane from right to left. Gets it to go. And foul on Amoda. No basket, they're going to say. And that's going to go on Z Hamoda. So no basket. And the foul will go on Z Hamoda. That's a break for Utah State.
Yeah, on Hannah, look for the Aggies to take away that right shoulder. Right, the coaches have been preaching that all week, and Dan's got to be able to do that.
Hickman inbounds to Hannah, back to Hickman. Hickman on a skip pass to Montgomery. He'll take a left wing 3, good. And after starting 0-3 from the arc, they finally get their first one. They're now 1 of 4, and it makes it an 18-9 ball game with just under 10 minutes remaining. Aggies lead it here in the first half. Ashworth being harassed by Weathers, gets it to Bairstow. Bairstow into the lane, left side. Working on Weathers. Now finds Akin underneath, draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2, almost try to dunk it. Instead, he'll get the line for a couple of freebies.
There's so many advantages that come. I know there's few back to the basket players, and there's a lot of three-point shooting, but so much advantage if you can get a guy back to the basket and kind of play as a point guard, and that's what Bairstow does. He's looking to score, but he can distribute it as well. Akin
bends, extends, releases, hits.
He struggled at the free throw line on Monday, so it's good to see him knock one down.
The 19-9 ball game, 9:43 remaining here in the first half. Akin for the second of 2, deep breath. Releases, looks good, yes.
That's
20-9. Oh, he stepped over the line. And I'm telling you, nothing is going right for Bradley as Montgomery went to go throw it in and stepped over the line. That's a violation, and it goes back to Utah State. What in the world is going on here in Logan for Bradley? Ashworth will inbound. He'll find Akin in the right corner, left corner. Back to Ashworth. He'll take a left wing 3. Good. And I'm telling you, anything that could go wrong for Bradley and everything that could go right for the Aggies. Dean pulls up straight away from the arc, and we got a whistle. What do you got, Spence?
Yeah, that's going to be a foul on Utah State. Eilerock was holding the screener and pulling him down with him. It was a great Euro move. I'm sure he did it in the British Basketball League back in the day. Props to the ref for seeing that, because a lot of times they would have called the foul on Bradley. But yeah, Eilerock was holding on to him and pushing him back, acting like the guy was illegally screening him.
It's a 23-9 Utah State lead, biggest of the game for either team, of course. 9:31 remaining here in the first half. Montgomery's getting around from the baseline, gives to Connor, pump fakes a 3. Now gives to Hannah. Hannah into the lane. Acceleration on the dribble. We got a whistle again. This one's going to go on Akin. And that's a 16th foul on Utah State. Trevin Doris is going to check in. Rylan Jones will check in. Akin will come out. Not entirely happy with himself. Stephen Ashworth will come out as well. Great minutes from Ashworth, Spencer.
Yeah, Stephen, I recruited him because he had the confidence to shoot it in any situation, and he has great court vision, and he's showing that tonight.
There's Montgomery into the lane, spins into the paint, now gives to Hannah. Hannah stops on a dribble, back to Montgomery, and we got an offensive foul that's going to go on Montgomery.
Now that one was an illegal screen. You call that rolling him out, where sets the screen, the guard goes under, and then they roll it out and start rolling to the basket to kind of keep the defender on his hip. That one was an illegal screen.
I believe Hannah is going to go out now. And checking in is, I believe, Blue. It is. Bairstow on the right of the wing on a screen from Dorius. Finds Dorius on a roll, and he can't finish the layup from right to left. Dorius fights for the ball. Body's on the floor. Ball on the floor. And we got a, what? Timeout? No, it's going to be out of bounds, I believe. I believe it's a jump ball. Yes, it is.
Got to have Trev go up and just dunk that. Put it in the rim. He was a little off balance. It was a great pass on the pick and roll by Bairstow.
Just trust where you're at with your feet, right?
Yep, and go up and finish strong.
Shulga's going to check in. RJ Eilerock will come out. So for the Aggies, it's Bairstow, Shulga, Jones, Z. Hamoda, and Trevin Dorius, Montgomery, Hickman, Leons, Dean, and Bellew for Bradley. In fact, here is Leons. Now gives to Bellew. To Dean on a handoff. Dean into the lane, short of the nail. Pulls to the charity stripe, into the lane again, and his pass intended for Bellew is thrown away.
Give Hamoda a lot of credit. Help the helper is what that's called, and Z went down to help the big man who was helping the guard.
Hamoda to the lane, lays it off the glass, and good. 25-9, Utah State with 8:27 remaining in the first half. Bradley already in danger zone on the road. There's Dean on a screen from Bellew. Dean loses it, gets it back on the fringe of the Lobo, is able to get to Leons. Montgomery, now Hickman. Bradley needs to find some rhythm on offense here. Hickman has to kick all the way back. Straight away is Montgomery. Now it's Leons. Leons from left to right in the paint. His floater is partially blocked. Now tipped around and into the hands of Ryland. Jones is able to save it to Hamoda. Great job by Ryland. Hamoda into the lane from right to left. Stops, spins. Nope, we got a whistle, and it's going to be another foul. And this one's going to go on Dean. That is their 19th foul. Aggies with 6, and that takes it to the under 8 media. All Utah State, another 7-0 run over the last 150, and a 14-3 run over the last 4 minutes. Aggies lead at 25-9 with 7:52 remaining in the first half on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Utah State leads at 25-9 over Bradley with 7:52 remaining in the first half. Aggies on a 7-0 run over the last 150, 14-3 run over the last 4 minutes, and 6 of their last 7 from the field. Meanwhile, Bradley in another 2+ minute scoring drought of 2:10. This Aggie scoring summary is brought to you by your Utah pork producers, providing safe and wholesome pork products to Utah families for over 25 years. Visit UtahPorkProducers.org. Hey, you pointed something out to me, Spencer, at the break. Z. Hamoda playing really well tonight, but you just saw a possession on defensively that stood out to you.
You know, the last 2 defensive possessions, Z. Hamoda has been balling out. They drove to the left elbow. Z. Hamoda's man was in the far corner. He covered and helped on the drive, and then it kicked to his man, was able to recover all the way from the free throw line to the baseline without going per the pump fake. His man drove to the middle. He stayed with him, contested the shot, and they missed it. I can't tell you how hard it is to cover that much ground. His athleticism and his length, really impressive.
Hamoda finds himself at the line. Bradley has 19 fouls, Aggies with 6, and we still have 7:52 remaining here in the first half. Hamoda bends and releases, good on the 1-and-1, so we'll get another one. 26-9, Utah State, 7:52 remaining in the first half. 3 turnovers in the last 10, or 2:10 for Bradley. 4 turnovers in the last 4 minutes for Bradley as well. Z's second one is good, 27-9. Here comes Hickman coming across court. Bradley needs to find some kind of rhythm offensively and find it quickly. Hickman into the lane, now stops, pulls back, gives to Leons. Right side is Montgomery. Montgomery now holds in the corner. Leons, now Bellew. Bellew holds on a handoff to Hickman for 3, left of the wing, back rim too strong, and Z. Hamoda on the rebound. Aggies want to run. Here's Jones, right side of the lane, on a pitch pass, nearly picked off. Jones is able to regather. It was tipped back court, so he'll be able to bring it across again. And with 20 on the shot clock, they'll reset to an offense under the direction of second-year head coach Ryan Odom. Ryland, left-handed dribble, chest pass to Bairstow, left of the wing. Rejects the Ryland Jones screen, goes the other way. Now finds Shulga. Shulga into the lane. We got a charge. Going to go on Shulga, running over Hickman.
Offensive. Hickman was able to square him up, and Shulga just lowered the shoulder a little bit. We'll get Steven to come in for Max.
Yeah, and that's Matt's second personal, so he might have to be out for just a bit. So Ashworth will join Bairstow, Jones, Hamoda, and Dorius on the court for the Aggies. Here's Henry on a bounce pass. We got another whistle. Is that going to go on Hamoda? It is. Z. Hamoda
picks up his second. Well, it'll be interesting. Yep, coach says, let's go back to Taylor Funk. Don't want Z to get his third.
Yeah. It's hard to find rhythm when you have whistles almost every other possession. I'm not pointing out the referees. I'm just saying offensively, right? Hard to find a rhythm.
Yeah, it is.
Leon's first 1-and-1 free throw is good. Makes it a 27-10 ball game. Under 7 minutes remaining, 6:57 to be exact. Leon's will get another free throw. Hickman, Montgomery, Leon's, Henry, and Ballou on the court. This one is no good, so he splits the pair. Remains a 27-10 ball game. Bairstow screaming across court. Finds Dorius inside, left to the side of the glass. Can't finish the layup. A second missed layup for Dorius. He can't believe it either. Far side is Hickman. Hickman splits between the legs on a screen from Ballou. Finds Montgomery right of the wing. 3 all in the way. Banks it in. Might be 7:38 Mountain Time, but the bank's still open, and Bradley's trimmed that deficit 27-13. Here's Bairstow on the other side. His jumper's good. They don't waste any time getting across court, do they?
No, so they pushed it well.
Hickman on a screen from Ballou, left side. Now Hickman finds Henry right of the wing, dribbles into the lane. Got contact. We got a blocking foul. It's going to go on Ryland.
Yep.
So that's Ryland's second personal foul. That is the 9th team foul. So both teams have 19 fouls, one away from the double bonus. And it's a 29-13 ball game. Utah State leads it with 6:17 remaining. And going to the line is Henry.
Few Utah State guys with 2 fouls now. Few Bradley guys with 2 fouls now.
Henry gets the first one to go.
Both coaches are going to go a little deeper into the bench.
Sure are. Here's Tavanainen and Hannah checking in. On the other side, RJ Otterock to check in for Ryland Jones. Henry for the second of 2. It's a 15-point lead for Utah State, 29-14. Now to make it 29-15 with 6:17 remaining. Ashworth with a press here, a light press, if you will, Spencer. Gives to Otterock. Ashworth still not across timeline. Now so. Courtesy of Otterock, skip past to Bairstow in the left of the corner. Bairstow wants to go to work on Tavanainen. Will do so. Backing in. Now to the block, to the paint. Spin right, fadeaway jumper. All around the rim. No good. Got a whistle. It's going to go on. Well, that's going to go on Henry. Yep. Running over Taylor Funk.
Yeah, he was trying to box it out. Honestly, I hated getting called for the foul when I was boxing people out. That's, Taylor did a great job of running along the baseline, chasing the ball, and Henry was just trying to box him out, but apparently got a little too much hip on him.
So Funk at the line, he's going to shoot 2. We're in the double bonus for Bradley. Aggies getting 19 fouls. This one is no good. Aggies currently 7-9 at the line, and Bradley is 3 of 4. 5:59 remaining. It's still a 29-15 ball game. Utah State. Second. Good.
There you go.
He's got a great stroke, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. It looks good. It hasn't fallen tonight. His sister flew all the way across the country for the game tonight.
Yeah.
He's flying home tomorrow.
Family support, huh? Here's a reverse layup. That's good by Henry. Acrobatic move from right to left. 30-17, 5:43 remaining. Here's Doris on the other side. His layup is good. There you go, big man. 32-17, 5.5 remaining here in the first half.
Good to see Trev finish.
Absolutely. Here's Hickman right in front of us, being guarded by Ashworth. Now top of the keys, Leons. Handoff, no play action from Hannah to Leons. Now gives to Leons again. Leons into the lane from left to right, off the glass. Can't get it to go, but draws the foul. He'll go shoot 2. And this one on, Dorius. That's Dorius' first foul, but that's a double bonus anyway, so it's going to send Leons to the line to shoot a couple. Aggies right now, 8 of 10 at the line, and again, Bradley is 3 of 4. Just her 5th and 6th free throws here coming up of the evening. First one up, first one good. 5:20 remaining, it's a 32-18 ball game. Folks, don't forget, Rocky Mountain Dermatology offers Botox, skin cancer, acne, cool sculpting, and laser hair removal services in North Logan, Utah, providing you advanced dermatology and surgery right here in Cache Valley. Second one's good, 32-19 ball game. Utah State leads it over Bradley with 5:15 remaining. Ashworth, still not across timeline, now does so with a Funk. Now to Otterock, right wing 3. Back rim, no good. Dory's on the offensive rebound. Goes into the paint, spins to the left, can't get it. To go on the floater, it's good. Boy, lost it, got it back. Wasn't the prettiest of things. Drew Laughlin, Spencer. That wasn't pretty, but it's good anyway.
It looked a little bit like Bill Cartwright. And he does not shoot normally like Bill, so that's why I smiled so much. That was a little bit of a Bill Cartwright jumper.
That's not a compliment, by the way.
Anyone who watched mid-90s
Medical
Bulls,
Bill Cartwright, man.
Hey, Bill was good.
Oh,
Bill was
okay.
really good.
Bradley will inbound from the far side after it was knocked out of bounds. Ballou has the ball at the top of the key, now gives to Tavanainen. Tavanainen into the lane. Now finds on a bounce past Ballou, and he's going to be fouled going up with it. That's going to go on Dorius. Is that his second? It is. We have a bunch of players with a pair of fouls here, Spencer.
Yeah, it's getting spread out. I mean, everyone's got 2 fouls. Trev leaving his feet again. You know, as a coach, don't leave your feet, and if you do, you got to go straight up and down.
Ballou's first is up and good, 34-20 now with 4:43 remaining here in the first half. Is it hard to go, I mean, just like straight up, because they can create contact in any which way. You can get that whistle.
Yeah, but you practice it so much now going up. They call it A to A, that you're jumping and landing in the same place. In that situation, he went for the pump fake.
34-21 as he makes both. 4:38 remaining here in the first half. There's Ashworth on a screen from Funk, left of the wing. Ashworth still on a dribble, pounding it. Now trying to shake and bake, get into the lane, kick up past Irock. Irock into the lane, finds Dorius. Dorius stripped away and into Bradley's hands. It's Tavanainen on the strip. The kipping back to Tavanainen. Tavanainen into the lane, right side. Now stops, double, gets it knocked out of bounds by Dorius. It remains Bradley's ball with 4:18 remaining and a 34-21 lead for Utah State. Tavanainen will inbound from underneath the hoop. Looking, finds Montgomery. Montgomery, top of the key, Dean has checked in.
Stagger screen.
Here's Tavanainen. He'll take a 3 on a curl and hit. Tavanainen, nice catch and shoot there, Spencer. 34-24 now, 4 minutes remaining. Here comes Bradley.
Idlerock's got to stay on his hip. He just got a little separation.
Ashworth, right side is Funk. Funk on a left-handed dribble. Shovel pass to Ashworth. Crawling the baseline, pulls up a jumper. Back rim, no good. Ballou on the rebound. Finds Dean. Bradley wants to run. Ooh, nearly double dribbles. Ref says he lost control of it and got it back. Here's Dean. Screen from Ballou. Top of the key. Now it's Tavanainen. Tavanainen into the lane. Pulls back on a pass to Henry. Now to Dean. Dean in the right lane on a search dribble. Draws a foul going up for a layup. He's going to get 2 shots. Ashworth can't believe it. But he's able to create contact, and that's going to send Bradley back to the line. And a chance to cut this to single digits with 3:35 remaining in a 34-24 Utah State lead. That takes us to our final media. We'll take it as well. Again, 34-24. Utah State leads it with 3:35 remaining in the first half. You're listening to Aggie Men's Basketball on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Utah State leads at 34-24 over Bradley with 3:35 remaining here in the first half. Hey, Bryant Heating and Cooling is proud supporter of Utah State Athletics. There are 5 main types of Bryant Heating and Cooling systems to meet home comfort needs. More information is available at Bryant.com. Spencer, you look at the numbers. What stands out to you so far as the Aggies lead up by 10, but Bradley's got a couple of freebies?
You know what? Keys to the game, as we talked about, rebounding, and we'll revisit this. Rebounding and then defensive field goal percentage. Utah State is holding them to 31% from the field, and then also Utah State is out rebounding Bradley 19-13. It's been a game of the free throw line for the last 3 or 4 minutes, and I would imagine that'll continue in the last 3 minutes of the first half.
Dean hit the line to shoot 2. First one's good, makes it a 9-point game, and Bradley, for the first time in a while, is within single digits at 34-25 with 3:35 remaining here in the first half. Dean bends, extends, releases, hits both.
They also, if you notice, Bradley went to this soft press. It's really not one to steal the ball.
As you say that, they turn it over.
There you go. I jinxed him. My bad, Coach Odom.
Ashworth firing to the far side to Idlerock, and it's incomplete and out of bounds.
It's really a press just to take time off the clock and change the rhythm, and it's worked. You can see that was a good call by Wardle.
Ballou on a handoff to Tavanainen. Straight away, top of the key. Now left side, high above the arc is Montgomery. Inside they go to work, and we got a foul. No, it's a charge, and it's going to be Funk who draws the charge. That's going to go on Henry.
That was a good move, but
That's a great move.
It wasn't a flop. He actually did. I saw from my angle, you could see Henry extend the elbow and push off as he was coming back to his right shoulder.
Hannah and Hickman are going to check in for Bradley, and I believe Montgomery and Tavanainen and Henry will come out. Taylor will inbound to Ashworth. Here's that soft press we were talking about, Spencer. Funk to Idlerock, and they break it easy this time. Idlerock stops short of the lane, gives to Bairstow. Bairstow spins to the right, looking for help, finds Idlerock. Extra to Taylor Funk in the corner. 3-ball corner pocket. Good.
He needed that one. That was good to see.
37-26, Utah State with 2:55 remaining in the first half. Back to double digits. Here's Dean on a jumper from the charity stripe. Got it. Boy, contested jumper knocks it down anyways. Bairstow on the right side brings it across timeline. 2:43 remaining, 37-28. Utah State still with the lead. Bairstow to Dorius. Dorius to Ashworth in the corners on the skip pass. Idlerock, Funk, left of the wing, gets it stripped away. Instead, they're going to call foul on Dean. Hands to the cookie jar, they say. And I'm going to tell you now, Coach Brian Wardle is not entirely thrilled so far with some of these calls tonight. He's going to send Funk to the line.
That one was pretty obvious. There's been some that I agree with Coach Wardle on that, but that one was pretty obvious. His hand was up in him.
Funk first, good. 38-28, 2:33 remaining in the first half. Shimon Paul is going to check in here, and he'll do so for Dorius. Yes.
Try to make sure Trevin doesn't pick up his third foul. That's a good move by Odom.
4 points, 2 of 5 from the field is Dorius. Funk at the line. Trying to make it an 11-point game. And yes, 39-28, 2:33 remaining here in the first half. Bradley still hanging around, though, despite some of the shooting troubles and the foul trouble as well. Dean into the lane on Ashworth. Stops on the hash marks, right side. One-handed pass to Hickman, now to Montgomery. Montgomery looking at Hannah, can't get it there, so gives to Hickman straight away. Hickman on a screen from Malou. Hickman into the lane, right-handed layup, too strong off the glass. Bairstow's able to gather it. Aggies want to run. Bairstow finds Idlerock. Idlerock now takes a left wing three, way short and flat, no good. Ashworth fighting for the rebound. Ball caroms into Funk's hands on the right of the wing. They'll hand off to Ashworth. Back to Funk. Thinks about a straightaway three, instead thinks better of it, dribbles to the right of the wing, and he's got a mismatch. There's a double, sends to Ashworth, deep three, in and out, no good. Hannah, and we got a foul, got a whistle, that's going to go on. Is that going to go on Hannah?
That is, that's the box out rebound that I was talking about. You get fouled for. He's got Zapala on him, so this little dude, he's not that small, but compared to our guy, he's backing him up, trying to box out as best as he could. Zapala ends up jumping over him and kind of landing on him kind of awkwardly. A
double whammy for Hannah, as he not only did he land hard, but then he also gets called for the foul. 1:48 remaining. It's a 39-28 ball game. It's a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here. Might be an injury timeout. Look, as well as, Bradley's shooting 8 of 24 from the field. They're only shooting 33% from the field. They are 3-7 from 3, and they're 9 of 10 at the line. They're only down 11. Like, you got to feel somewhat good if you're a Braves fan at this point, right? It's not worse.
Yeah, Utah State had the chance to really take it. They got up by 14, had a chance to push it to 20, but then struggled a little bit, missed a couple gimmies, as I would say, near the hoop, and then Bradley was able to get to the free throw line and knock a few things down. So Utah State's still comfortably in control, but Bradley's within striking distance. Wardle in that timeout right now is telling these guys, look, let's go into the half with single digits. So they're down 11. They want to go in. That's their goal, is single digits, and obviously Ryan Odom's telling these guys, hey, let's finish strong.
So for Bradley, the following will have 2 fouls. Montgomery, Leons, Dean, Hannah, let's see here, Tavanainen and Henry. That is a host of Bradley Brave fans with 2 fouls. And to be honest, to say they're not entirely thrilled is an understatement. Meanwhile, Shulga and Jones each have 2 fouls, as does Hamoda and Akin.
The refs were replaying it. I'm assuming they were making sure that there wasn't anything malicious, like a targeting.
Yeah, which
no helmet-to-helmet contact. Crown of the helmet.
Why are you smiling at me? You're like, yeah. I never got called for that in college basketball back in my day. Shimon's first free throw, no good, in and out.
I'm smiling mainly because it brings up my memories of the situational punt conversation of you and Scott Gerard.
You know, people want to hear about your bent rim story because I'm hearing on Twitter, and it's trending, by the way, that ain't true.
Oh, wow, I like that.
40 to 28, Utah State leads it. Second is good, so he splits the pair with 1:41 remaining here in the first half. Bradley with Dean with the ball on a double that's shown, now gone away. Dean to Connor. Connor in the corner, grabs from right to left into the paint. A lot of contact, late whistle. He'll get that call, and to be honest, it's probably the right call too.
Yeah.
I mean, for what they called down here, you got to call it on the other side. It's the right call. That's going to send Hickman to the line with 91 seconds remaining. Utah State up by 12.
Jay, if we need to call Stu at halftime just to get verification of that broken rim story, we're happy to do. Let's get Stu on the phone.
As long as we ignore the situational punting question for the rest of our lives.
Okay, I will. That won't get brought up again.
Yes, it will. I know it will.
Not by me. Scott, maybe.
No,
not
yeah.
me.
Yeah, that's coming back up. I know it. First one's good from Hickman. It's an 11-point game, 40 to 29. With 1:31 remaining, make it a 42. Nope, just keep it there. I jinxed him. You're welcome, Aggie fans. Funk on the rebound, gives to Ashworth. 1:27 remaining, 40 to 29, Utah State. Dean guarding Ashworth. Ashworth, chest pass to Bairstow on the left of the wing. We got another whistle. This is going to go on Dean. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, is that Dean's third? Sure is. Boy, oh boy. Foul trouble just mounting for the Braves, and that's going to bring in Pop Weathers for Dean, and Dean just laughing as he walks off the court.
Yeah, total fouls, 14. A lot of whistles. A lot of whistles.
Yeah,
14 personal fouls and then 13 for Utah State.
27 in all.
27 whistles.
First one's good from Ashworth. Back to 12-point game. 1:20 remaining. As I mentioned, Pop Weathers checks in for Dean, and Dean's going to have to sit out for a little bit. Second. Good. Do you sit out Dean to start the second half, Spencer? Play coach for me.
No, not with 3 fouls. I'm having him start, but I'm telling him he's got to be careful.
Weathers, right side to Hannah in front of us. Now Hickman in the corner. Hickman on a screen. Now gives to Weathers. Weathers at the top of the key. Finds Ballou. Ballou to Hannah. Now left side is Weathers. Weathers into the lane. Right-handed layup off the glass. That's no good, but he'll draw the foul. No go to the line to shoot two. And both fans, and Bradley and Utah State, getting a little restless here with the whistles.
I think everyone's saying, let's just cool on the whistles and let's play basketball. They're right, though. From a ref standpoint, you want them to be consistent.
Yeah.
And I would say they are being pretty consistent on both ends. It's just they're calling a lot of maybe touch, ticky-tack kind of stuff.
That goes on Shimon Zapala, his first. Weathers at the line, misses it. And he'll get another one. Spencer, it's 7:56. This half has lasted 50 minutes long. Actually, just over 50 minutes long.
Hey, I've just loved spending this time with you.
Okay. First the rim story, now that. Weathers' second's good. 42-30, 102 remaining, and you said get it to single digits for Bradley, right?
Yeah, that's what their goal is. So they need to get a stop here, and obviously Utah State wants to execute.
Bounce pass to Hannah, the charity stripe. Hannah doesn't want to shoot it. Instead he gives to Henry. Now it's Hickman, top of the key. Three is no good. Odom had his hands on his head thinking that's too much space. Bairstow finds Shulga. Now Shulga splits back with a dribble between the legs. Top of the key is Bairstow. Bairstow a screen from Ashford. Bairstow wants to go to work on Dean. They got that mismatch again, Spencer. Here's shows a double. Bairstow now looking for help. Finds Shulga. Straightaway three. In and out, no good. Akin with the rebound. Akin goes to work on the left of the block. Turnaround right hook, good.
Great rebound, and then great patience. 2 dribbles, jump hook middle. Really impressive move.
49-32, Utah State, 17:26 remaining in the second half. Hickman, bounce pass to Henry. Henry fronts his man, it's Atkins. Now shows a double, throws it away to Shulga. Shulga on the breakaway. Look out. Oh, Shulga gets stripped it away. Nice hustle by Hickman before Shulga can get a layup through. Great hands, and it's out of bounds back to Utah State, who leads up 49-32 with 7:14 remaining.
Trev Dorius deserves credit for that steal. He's the one that doubled over on Henry, caused him to get nervous and throw the ball away, and Max happened to be standing in the right place.
Inbounding is Ashworth. Looking, throws an over-the-top pass that's easily picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery's all alone. He'll throw it down with two hands. Cuts it into a 15-point game, 49-34 with 17:05 remaining. Ashworth playing with the ball. Now on a double that shows from Bradley. Gets it to Bairstow. Now she'll go left to the wing inside to Akin. Akin now holds, wants to go to work. Akin spins to the right. Right-handed hook shot, good. 51-34, 16:44 remaining. Utah State with the lead. Dean on a dribble, screen for Ballou. Now pulls up on a straightaway three. Yes, it is. 51-37, 16:33 remaining. Utah State still leading. Ashworth. Doris on the roll instead tries to throw it to Bairstow. It knocked away out of bounds, and it does go off of Bairstow's fingers. Might have jammed his finger as Montgomery was there to intend the pass, or at least contend it, and it's out on Utah State. 51-37, Utah State, 16:20 remaining here in the second half. Here's Montgomery, fires one to Ballou. Ballou holds. Now Tavanainen throws up a three that's way short and into the hands of Dorius. Bairstow wants to run, loses control, but stripped away. We got a foul, we do. It's going to go on Bradley. Specifically, I would say it's going to go on Tavanainen.
One thing the Utah State Bigs need to make sure, Bradley was hedging early on, and so the coaches were telling them to slip the screen, meaning don't set it and just go. They're not hedging as much, and Utah State Bigs need to stay on the screen and set it.
Ashworth three, good on the assist from Akin in the corner. 54-37, 15:54 remaining in the game. Leon's nearly stripped away. Gets it back and gives to Montgomery. Montgomery can't hold on to the pass, and Bairstow with the steal. Finds Ashworth. Ashworth left of the wing. Gives to Shulga. Thinks about it. Three, thinks better of it. Now drives it to the lane. Pirouettes to the right. Finds Ashworth. Ashworth.
This thing's, he wants to
now
go
pump
up.
fakes a three and draws the foul. That's going to go on Ballou. What a great job by Ashworth. Pump fakes a three, and Ballou got in the air, and usually that doesn't end up on the right side if you're the man in the air.
Yeah, Steven was not, he was going to put that up, and he caught Ballou in the air, and great play by Ashworth.
Let's take a break. We're on the Under 16 Media. 54-37 with 15:32 remaining. Utah State with the lead. Listen to the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. A prescription from a friend or a family member. That's why we all have a role to play in prescription safety, both as parents and as patients. Know your script. Keep medication safely stored and out of the reach of improperly disposed of unused medications. To learn more, visit knowyourscript.org. Aggies have followed the script to near perfection. They lead it by 17, 54-37, with 15:32 remaining in the ball game. Spencer, what stood out to you so far here in the early get-going of the second half?
Well, you know, Ryland unfortunately got that ticky-tack foul, and he had to go to the bench. It was his third foul. Steve comes in and, I mean, really aggressive, knocking down shots, getting people involved. Currently at the free throw line, knocks his first one down. First of three free throws.
Yeah, Ashworth pump faking in the corner on the far side. He got Ballou in the air. He's able to draw foul, so he gets three freebies for this one. Second one is good. Now a 56-37 ball game and a chance to make it a 20-point lead, which, if I'm not mistaken, is their biggest of the night.
Yeah, they pushed it to 18 in the first half, and then Bradley came back. But good to see Utah State start this half strong.
All three free throws are good. Brought to you by American First Credit Union on those three free throws. Here's Hickman, who draws contact, and they're going to call out of bounds on. Oh, they're going to nearly call out of bounds on the Aggie, or assuming on Hickman. Instead, it's going back to Bradley. We've got a sub. It's going to be Z Hamoda. Ashworth waving to the crowd to get up and get loud during the dead ball. Bairstow's going to check out. Ashworth still urging on the crowd, and Leons will check it in from the far side, right in front of the USU herd. Looking. Fires the Link, who's actually made his debut into today's game. Here's Connor Hickman. Spins, left spins, right back, right. Hook shot's no good. Rebounded by Shulga. Pitches it to Ashworth, right in front of us. Back to Shulga. Shulga, Mach 9, down the middle of the lane. Finds Dorius, throws it down, two hands! Trevin Dorius with the dunk. Aggies up by 22. 15:05 remaining in the ball game. Link holding just above the left wing of the arc. Gives to Hickman. Hickman takes a link screen, takes another one to the right side. Hickman into the lane, lays it up with the right hand off the glass, and now hushes the herd for a moment. 59-39, 14:45 remaining in the ball game. Z counting a dribble, being guarded by Montgomery. Now switch to Leons. Z directing traffic, wants an Atkins screen, gets that Atkins screen. Bounce past to Atkins, just short of the right side block. Atkins into the lane, loses it. Ashworth collects it. Now he's fighting for possession, and we got a timeout. It's going to go to Utah State, and it will be a 30-second. Nope, just kidding. Give me a full timeout here.
Yeah, chairs are coming out.
Yeah, they are. They're going to switch it to a full. We'll take it as well. 59-39, Utah State leads it. 14:24 remaining in the second half. You're listening to the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Aggies up by 20, 59-39, 14:24 remaining here in the second half. Folks, tax reform laws impact almost all tax returns each year. Taxes can be very confusing. H&R Block has more than 60 years of experience dealing with taxes. Information is available at hnrblock.com. H&R Block of Logan is owned and operated by proud Aggie alumni. Spencer, just the domination and I know as athletic as Bradley is, it just seems in every facet of this game, Aggies have absolutely dominated Bradley.
Well, as we talked before, a test of toughness, Utah State has been the tougher team. Winning on the boards, guarding the basketball, forcing Bradley into tough shots.
Here's a baseline pass to Akin that's stripped away out of bounds. It's going to remain with the Aggies. 6 on the shot clock, 14:22 on the game clock.
Great inbounds play. Akin with the pick and then rolling back to the ball. Ended up having a layup but got it stripped.
Ashworth will inbound once again. 6 on the shot clock. She'll go on the left of the wing. Finds Ashworth. Curl, fire from 3 of the left of the wing. No good. We got a foul. It's down. It's going to go on Bradley. It's on the box out, and that's going to go, I believe, on Hannah. It is. That's going to be his third. Shulga will inbound this time with 30 on the shot clock, so a reset of it. Shulga to Yamada, who goes into the lane, goes to work. Fade, turn, fire. Back rim, front rim, side of the rim, no good. And on the rebound is Hannah. He'll give it to Hickman. Near side, left of the wing, on a screen from Hannah. Hickman into the lane, stops, turns, fires a bounce pass before he travels. Hannah's hook shots in and out, no good. Z Hamoda scats for the rebound. Aggies want to run. Now Z pulls back, resets. Left of the wing on a screen from Doris, rejects the screen, goes to the other side. As they show a double, does Bradley. Z's going to give it back to, has to make a one-handed catch before he hits the timeline. Ashworth into the lane, drawing a lot of contact. Fires to Shulga. Shulga on the catch. Left side of the lane, right-handed layup, good.
With a kiss off the glass for
61-39, 13:34 remaining in the game. All Utah State. And it's been that way since about midway through the first half. Got a whistle, that's down. And that one's going to go on Shulga. That's going to be Shulga's third? Yes. Ashford's going to check out. Ryland Jones will now check in. Ryland's in bound foul trouble most of the night. But you know what? I love the way Ryland plays. I enjoy it so much.
Yeah, Ryland's a smart enough guy. I said 12 minutes that you'd probably hold him out till it's the 13.5-minute mark, and that's showing the trust. I think Coach recognizes you don't want him sitting the entire time. He needs to get some sort of rhythm, and I think Ryland will be smart enough not to get his fourth. As I say that, I'm knocking on wood.
Late sub as Bearso comes in, and Dorius checks out. Hickman on a bounce pass to Henry. Back to Hickman on a screen from Hannah. Another screen from Hannah on the left side. Hickman fires the corner to Leons. Now inside to Henry. Working on the left of the block. We got a, boy. I think I've heard a term called, I don't know if this is true or not, but November whistle. Because like in the dog days, I don't know if you get these calls, but right now, early in the season, you do. Game number 2. We got a bump foul on Bearso, by the way. Montgomery inbounds to Hannah, who's going to wait for it. And we got another bump foul. My goodness gracious. This one goes on Z Hamoda. And for Z, that is foul number what, 3? Yes.
Yeah, it's foul number 3.
Jones with 3, Hamoda with 3, Akin with 2, all on the court. Hickman. And a screen from Hannah. Hickman into the lane, rises up off the glass and good. I think Ryland's just not trying to commit that fourth foul. He's trying to be oh so careful. It's a 61-41 ball game, 13 minutes remaining in the second half. Skip pass all the way to the corner to Z. Z is clocked in the face by Hannah. They're going to call a foul on Hannah. And for Hannah, that's going to be his, fourth foul. I'm losing track of everybody's got 2 fouls.
So they went to a 1-3-1 defense, switched it up on him there and extended it out. Let's see what they do. They're staying in. I can't tell if they're going 2-3 or if they're going, no, they're going 1-3-1 still.
Here's an inbounds pass to Akinu. Can't get it to go. Blocked, a lot of contact, no call. 61-41, Aggies lead it with 12:52 remaining. Here's Leon. Oh, travels with it with no call. Aggies are upset. Coach Odom can't believe it. Hickman, left wing three, in and out, no good. Akin with the rebound. Ryland comes right in front of us on a left-handed dribble, finds Akin. Akin into the lane. Hop step and stripped away. Stripped away by Leons, and he gives to Hickman. The 61-41 ball game, 12.5 remaining in the game. Leons, pump fake, goes into the lane. On a hop step, now gives to Montgomery. He'll pull up a contested jumper off the backboard, no good. Bailu with the rebound. Bailu now going to work inside the paint, spins to the left, throws up a left-hander, good. 61-43, 12:08 remaining. Now Riley needs someone to come and inbound, or at least someone to inbound the ball too. He does throw to Z, who gives it back to Riley. 61-41, just under 12 remaining. Riley turns and throws a horrible pass to Bear, so it's easily picked off. Leon's into the lane, 2-on-1 Bradley. Layup is good by Montgomery. And now it is turned to a 61-45 lead, 11:40 remaining. It's a 16-point lead, but you just still feel a bit nervous, Spence.
Yeah, plenty of time left.
Here's Rock in the corner, pump fakes a three-man base on the flyby, but nothing there. Akin to Z. Gives to Rock. He'll take a left wing three now. No good.
Wide open shot. That was good ball movement. The key against every 1-3-1 zone is the opposite short corner.
61-45, 11:15 remaining here in the game. Utah State still leads it. Into the lane is Henry. Block, gets it back, and now we got a tie-up? Yes, we do. Remains with Bradley. And that takes us to our under 12 media. Utah State 61, Bradley 45, 11:07 remaining in the game. You're listening to the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Events like Ticket Smarter for all the best sports, concerts, and theater events. Visit Ticketsmarter.com or on the app. Ticket Smarter, a smarter way to buy tickets. 61-45, Utah State leads it over Bradley here with 11:07 remaining. Spencer, when you look at the numbers, what stood out to you so far?
Well, second half, Utah State game of momentum, and they started the second half really strong. Ended up calming down a little bit, given some open looks, drives to the basket where Bradley's able to finish, and they cut it to 16. I mean, it was at 20, but Utah State's still comfortably in charge. But Wardle trying anything he can to throw Utah State out of rhythm. They've got the 1-3-1 zone, and like I said, you've got to look opposing short corner.
61-45, 11:07 remaining in the game. And the Bradley Braves will inbound from underneath the baseline. There's 17 on the shot clock. It'll be Connor Hickman to do so. He'll look, find Ballou. Ballou will hand off to Connor. On a curl, right of the wing, skip past to Tavanainen. Left of the wing, now dribbles outside the arc. Looking for Leon, can't get it there. Instead he gives to Hickman. Hickman into the lane, his right hand push shot is flat, no good. And Bear still on the rebound, gives to Ashworth. Aggies want to run, skip past to Amoda. Thinks about a right wing three, instead pulls back. And we'll give to Bairstow, now it's Ashworth. Bairstow on a screen from Ashworth. Splits it between the legs, goes into the lane, left side, left of the hash mark, spins to the right, floater's no good. Ball tips around, we got it over the back, it's going to go on Shimon Zapala.
You know, Sean driving to the basket always ends up with his back to the basket playing that game. Like I said, kind of a point guard from down low. He takes a lot of those tough twos. When they're falling, it's great, but when they're not, those are tough, low percentage 2-point shots.
61-45 with 10.5 remaining in the game. Utah State still with the lead. Here's Ballou holding on. Fakes with Dean, now gets it to him on a pitch. Dean being harassed by Shimon and Ryland. Now to Ballou. Straightaways Tavanainen. His three on the way. That's good. Can't leave him open. I think Odom knew it as soon as he caught it. Put his hands on his head and said, no, not him. It's a 61-48 game. 10 minutes remaining. Still an eternity for Bradley. Bairstow on a catch. Finds Ashworth. Now finds Ryland. Pump fakes a three. Man fights on the play fake. Skip past Demota. Right wing three instead. Good. And it's a 9-0 run over the last 3:03 for Bradley. And a scoring drought for Utah State. Back to a 13-point game, or excuse me, 14-point game, 64-48, 9:38 remaining. D loses it, gets it back. Now top of the keys, Leon. It's a bounce pass to Ballou. Alou finds Dean. He'll take a straightaway three. Good. Matches it. 64-51, 9:21 remaining now.
Averages 5.5 of those a game. That's what he wants to do, is shoot the ball. That three got Bradley to get out of that zone.
Ziamoda drives into the lane, draws contact as he puts up a right-handed layup. That's too strong, but he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, good play by Z there. Obviously, he was playing really aggressive in the first half, got in foul trouble. He's hasn't been as aggressive, but knocked the three down, saw the ball go in, and then they isolated him at the top of the key for that one-on-one.
Ziamoda at the line to shoot two for the Aggies, who lead at 64-51 with 9:10 remaining. First one from Z, good. Aggies are 17 of 20 at the line.
Don't jinx him, Ajay.
I about said something, never mind.
Yeah, they are shooting it well from the line.
I was going to talk about your free throw shooting.
Oh, I appreciate you not.
Yeah, Ziamoda, second, good.
There we go.
66-51.
Although by the time I was a senior, I led the team in free throw shooting. And that was even with JC on the team.
Here's Montgomery to Hannah, left elbow extension. He'll hold. Now find D on a curl. D back to Hannah, who puts it in on a hoop. Couldn't throw it down, but got it up and was able to put it off the glass. Good enough. And that makes it a 13-point ball game once again. 66-53, Utah State, 8:45 remaining in the game. Jones on a light screen from Ashford into the lane. Skip past to Bairstow. One more to Ziamoda. Left wing three. Back rim no good. Bairstow nearly is able to grab onto it. Instead, Hickman comes away with it. Here comes Bradley. Hickman runs right over Ashworth. And we got a charge. I thought they were going to call a blocking foul. I'm not going to lie to you. Yes. Coach Wardle's not too thrilled.
No, Steven was moving on that, but he did square him up, and so that's kind of hard. He was backing up, so he squared him up. They gave him benefit of the doubt, and good hustle play by Steven. Get back in front of him.
Sapala checks out. Ryland Jones checks out. Trevin Dorius checks in, as does Max Shulga. Ashworth bringing the ball across timeline. 8.5 left in the game. 66, Utah State. 53, Bradley. Ashworth finds Dorius, hands back to Ashworth, left wing three. Nope, thinks about it, thinks better of it. Stripped away, we got a foul, it's going to reach in, and that's going to go on Hannah. And Wardle is screaming for a flop. And is that 5, by the way, on Hannah, or is that 4?
I can't tell if that's 4 or 5. I think that might be 5.
It is 5, you're right, he's fouled out.
Yeah.
And that will give Coach Wardle 30 seconds to get a sub in to replace Hannah. And Wardle still having words with the official.
Wardle wanted the flop on Steven, and I will say, I've watched Steven play a lot of basketball, and he does know how to sell a call.
Hannah finishes with 6 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 at the line, 2 rebounds, and 1 turnover in 17 minutes of basketball. So now Henry's in. Montgomery, Hickman, Dean, Henry, and Leons, who's checked in. Sends Ashford to the line with a 66-53 Utah State lead. 8:17 remaining in the game. Good on the first. Bradley's in the bonus at 7 fouls. Not as quick as they got there in the first half, but still 7.5, or it's going to be 8.5 remaining. Actually 8:17 to be exact. Akin checks in for Dorius. Coach Wardle telling the ref, Ashworth's tricking you.
A ref does not want to hear that, okay? I mean, if he's trying to get some help, a ref does not want to hear that from a head coach.
Dean on a screen from Leons. Berso shows on the double team. Dean plays straight away three. That's no good. Henry skies for a rebound. Looking for someone to reset to. Does with a bounce pass to Hickman. Back to D. Now it's Montgomery into the lane. Gives to Henry. Henry pump fake. Spins to the left. Draws contact. Gets the call. And he'll go to the line to shoot two. And that takes us to an under 8 media. Chance for both teams to maybe catch their breath and compose themselves. 68. I knew that was coming up too. Henry at the line to shoot a pair. Try to cut this to a 13-point game. First one good. And it feels like for Bradley Spencer, they're just trending against the current wave. Like just coming right at him.
Yeah, but they are sticking around. And I mean, Utah State's in control, but no one still feels completely comfortable yet.
Second one is a front end, no good. Remains a 14-point ball game, 68-54 Utah State with 7:43 remaining here in the game. On a screen from Shimon, Shulga takes a dribble to the top of the key, drives to the lane, acceleration, stops, pirouettes to the top of the key. Ashworth, three on the way, no. Taylor Funk traces down the rebound into the right of the corner. Looking for help, finds Shulga. Shulga, jab step, left dribble, splits between the legs. Now finds Zee Hamoda. His three's good. Hey, count the assist for Shulga, right?
Yeah, count the assist that he actually lost the ball, but I think they will give him that.
71-54, 7:14 remaining. Utah State with the lead. Dean, short of the hash marks, now gives the Leon to the top of the key. Left side Montgomery. Montgomery holds, now drives to the lane, acceleration dribble. Skip pass to the corner, D, three, no front rim, no good. On the rebound is Henry, gives it back to Dean. He'll take another one, that's front rim, no good again. Ball carries into Funk's hands, Odom says go. Funk's pass intended for Akin is picked off by Montgomery. Montgomery to the lane, now to Henry. Hickman, left wing three, that's way short, partially blocked. And into Shulga's hands, and here come the Aggies. Ashworth will say slow it down. 71-54, Utah State, 6.5 remaining in the game. Ashworth, cross-court pass to Shulga. Shulga on a jab step, now into the lane left side. Stops inside the paint, fades, fires, no good, and it's partially blocked, and Henry comes down with it. In the corner, Leon's a three, too long. And Shulga and Akin fight for the board. Akin's going to come down with the stat. No hand off to Shulga. Coach this time saying slow it down again. 71-54. Utah State with 6:05 remaining in the game.
Let's run some clock. Get a good possession.
Shulga picks up his dribble. Montgomery comes over to harass. He'll shovel to Hamoda. Hamoda wants to dance with Leon. He'll go to the baseline from left to right. Loses control of it, goes out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Bradley. That's not a great possession.
The hard part is they move it, and then the ball sticks, and it allows the defense to get set. And I know it's a specific isolation play, but with Z taking 2 or 3 dribbles, the defense is going to be in position to help on that.
71-54, 5:45 remaining in the game. Bradley needs to get buckets and stops consistently and very quick. Ballou holds just above the arc. Tavanainen on a back cut, can't be there, and so instead Weathers just checked in, hits the ground, and they're going to call their 4th foul on Ryland. He has just not been able to catch a break tonight, Spencer. That's a tough call.
Yeah, that is a tough call. Pop fell down, and the ref felt that he had to blow his whistle. I think if he stays on his feet, then he probably keeps it.
So that's going to send Weathers to the line. Again, 71-54. Utah State with now 5:33 remaining.
You notice Ryan's going to go. Coach Odom's going to go with Ryland and not take him out. Yeah, I think you let Steven rest for another minute or so, and then I think you'll see him come back.
Well, he misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Ball don't land, as some might say, right? That's what at least fans are saying. Here's Shulga. Shulga has contact on a dribble, now pulls back to the right of the wing. Funk. Now left side is Ryland. Ryland hard into the lane. Throws up a right-handed floater. That's no good. Ryland into the deck, no call. Here goes Leons now to Hickman. Hickman on the left of the corner, skip past to the other side. Tavanainen pump it to 3, goes into the lane, pulls up a fadeaway jumper, way short, no good. And Zee Hamoda and Akin fighting for a rebound, and they both knock it out of bounds. 5:02 remaining, 71-54. Ashworth's got to check back in, and he will do so for Shulga. Leaves Ryland in.
Yeah, you notice that Coach did that in the UVU game as well. When he wanted the ball security, guys he trusted specifically, he put Stephen and Ryland together.
Inbounds pass to tab 9. It's picked off by Taylor Funk. Taylor Funk with nobody to beat. Taylor tries to throw it down. It's partially blocked. Comes off the back of the rim. Ryland fights for a rebound. Still on the ground. Asks for a timeout. Gets that timeout. Woo.
Did you see Ryland's hustle there?
Yeah.
He
was on the back.
He dove from, first of all, he sprinted back, and then he dove from one side of the key to the other, went underneath, I think, Leon's, and was able to get the ball. Man, he was like a hungry offensive lineman for a fumble.
Hey, what's the best way to get out of that funk? Hustle plays, right? The little things, it all matters. Bradley's all their last 6 from the field, and a scoring drought of 2:57. By the way, we have a timeout by Utah State for 30 seconds. A scoring drought of 2:57 for both teams, Bradley and Utah State. Yet Utah State leads it 71-54 with 4:53 remaining here in the game.
It'll be interesting to see what happens coming out of this inbounds play on the baseline. If they draw something up for a quick hitter, or if they just throw it back out, get set, and execute their offense to try to run more time off the clock.
Bank of Utah and Utah State Athletics teamed up this basketball season to donate Hoops for Hope. This season, Bank of Utah donated $1,500 to the Family Place. Thank you, Bank of Utah, for your continued support for Utah State Athletics in the Cache Valley community. So, Aggies will have the ball, 20 on the shot clock, 4:53 on the game clock, and Aggies lead it 71-54. On the court is Weathers, Hickman, Leons, Tavanainen, and Bilou. Ryland trying to inbound it, looking, throws an over-the-top pass to Ashworth. Too tall for Too Tall Jones. And here's Henry, tries to throw it down. He's blocked, but the follow putback is good by Weathers. Boy, Henry hit the ground hard. And Odom wants a timeout as Ashworth is tying his shoe. And play was still going.
Yeah, his shoe fell off.
71-56, Utah State, 4:40 remaining in the game. Ryland's going to come out now, just like you said. Schulgo will come in and replace it. Or not Schulgo, excuse me, I apologize.
Bairstow.
Yep. One of the last 8 from the field is Bradley, and the Aggies are in a 3-minute, 12-second scoring drought and ticking. 4:35 on the clock, Aggies up 71-56. Taylor Funk, left corner 3, bingo.
Interesting call. Wardle takes the gamble, goes to the 2-3 zone, and Funk shuts that down immediately.
74-56, 4:20 remaining. Baloo to Henry. Henry wants to dribble inside the lane, inside the paint. Knocked away, gets it back. Knocked away again, gets it back one more time. Throws to Dean. Now resets to Montgomery. And in Montgomery's pass is taken away by Funk. Funk again to the lane. Right-handed layup. Beautiful. 76-56, 4 minutes remaining. 20-point lead. Biggest for the Aggies today. And we got a timeout.
Hey, what do you think of your
Brian Wardle wants to call it. He's going to bring Hickman right back in. You can tell he is not happy with his squad. 76 Utah State, 56 Bradley, and that is our final media with 3:58 in the game. You're listening to the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. The first Aggie Coaches Show featuring Coach Ryan Odom will be Wednesday, November 30th at 6 p.m. live from Ruby's Pizzeria and Grill, located at 1400 North, 795 East in Logan. Coach Odom will be on the show each week, and you will be able to interact and ask questions. Make sure to mention you're there for the show to claim your free appetizer. Ruby's, proud host of the Aggie Coaches Show. Have you been to Ruby's Pizzeria and Grill, Spencer?
Great place. Ruby's is really good.
What do you get? I got your appetizer if you were to get one.
Appetizer? No, I go straight for the meal. I go straight for the pizza.
How do you look so good at, you go to Ruby's Pizzeria and Grill, eat all that delicious food.
Ajay, I'm flattered.
Rec ball? Church ball?
No church ball, actually. No church ball. I walk. I jog a little. I don't know if you've heard of this jogging thing. It's apparently you run at kind of a slow speed for long distances.
Yeah. I heard that's for 50 and older. Connor Hickman's going to inbound to Dean. 76-56, 3:55 remaining in the game. Aggies have been running away with this thing since early in the first half.
2-3 zone by Utah State out of the timeout, trying to slow them down.
Right side is Dean, right above the arc. Here's Hickman, extra to Leons, back to Hickman, the top of the key. Now Leons inside to Henry, skip past to Dean. He'll take a right wing 3, good. good defense, just a good shot.
Yeah, good defense. The weakness in any zone and 2-3 zone is going to be the middle free throw line area, and then once again, short corner. Great job getting it to the short corner by Bradley.
It's a 76-59 ball game, 3:21 remaining. We got a whistle here on the far near corner. That one's going to go on Hickman, his second personal. And that will send the Aggies to the line for a 1-and-1.
What's the bonus?
Ashworth on the first. Good. 77-59, 3:21 remaining. Ashworth on the second of two. Nope, front end it. Missed it, short. Leon's on the rebound. Gives to Dean. 77-59, 3:15 remaining in the game. Here's Dean. Dean on a dribble, bounce pass to Bellew. Extra to Leon. He'll take a three, hit it. 3:05 remaining, and it's a 77-62 ball game. Utah State still with the lead. Ashworth, left of the wing is Funk. Funk holds. Now gives to Ashworth. Ashworth now takes a baseline dribble. We got a touch foul. It's going to go on Dean. And for Dean, that is his fourth.
Once again, good job by Steven drawing the foul. He had the ball screen towards the middle, but he recognized that Bellew was out hedging and there really was nowhere to go, so he countered the screen, went baseline, and drew the foul. Heady play.
First one from Ashworth. Good. While we have a moment, let's have a chance for stations to identify themselves. You're listening to the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Both free throws from Utah State or Ashworth are good. 79-62, 2:40 remaining in the game. Hickman into the lane, spins to the left. His hook shot's well short, barely grazes the rim. Atkin on the rebound, gives to Bairstow. Coach says slow it down. 2.5 remaining. Aggies will, don't jinx this, improve to 2-0 on the season with Santa Clara coming up on Monday night. Scott Gerard will be back there to call that game. Ball is loose from Bairstow, and Dean, oh boy. Dean is fouled by Bairstow, and Odom is not happy with Sean. Fouling, I don't know how many feet that is away, but that's way too long to be fouling.
Yeah, the only way to really make a turnover to worse is to foul right afterwards when they're 60 feet from the basket. So Sean was frustrated, and you could see it that he had lost the ball and then made a poor decision.
79-62, Utah State over Bradley with 2:18 remaining. Dean at the line to shoot two. First one. No good. It's a 1-and-1, and he missed it. Atkin gives the Funk.
They want to run some clock now. Spread it out, run some clock, take a shot in the last 6 seconds of the possession.
Tapman 9 in for Bradley. She'll go for Utah State. We'll check it on the next whistle available. Ashworth, deep three. Got it! Steven Ashworth, a wink and a smile.
He did not hear what play they were running on that because he just took it from 25 feet.
Dean shot it from straight away. Three is partially blocked, no good. 82-62, 1:45 remaining. Ashworth pounding the dribble. Aggies looking to get out of here with a win, a big-time win, a resume check that win. Ashworth still pounding the dribble. Connor Hickman step for step. Ashworth. A pitch back to Taylor. Ashworth hits the ground. Taylor to Hamoda. Thinks about a three in the corner. Instead, with 4 on the clock, Ashworth's got to, Hamoda's got to do something. 2-1. Fadeaway jumper at the buzzer. Back rim, no good. And Leon's fights for the rebound with Atkin. What do we got? It's going to go back to Bradley. 82-62, 1:17 remaining. Shulga checks in for Bairstow. Bairstow, if that's it for him, 4 points, 1 of 7 shooting, 6 boards, 1 assist. Hickman on the inbounds catch. Gives to Leon. So Leon brings it across timeline. 1:09 remaining. 82-62 Utah State. Hickman well above the key. Straight away. Gets back to Tavanainen. Tavanainen. As Sugar hits the ground. Hickman. Extra to Leon in the corner. Leon will take a contested three. Grazes the front of the rim. Not good. Montgomery was wide open on the other side, Spencer.
Yeah, this game's over. Wrap it up. Put a bow on it.
82-62, 44 seconds remaining. Z Hamoda on a bounce pass to Akin, back to Z. Z holds left of the wing, looking for Akin, can't get it to him. Put down a dribble, now give to Funk, straight away on the top of the key. Funk wants to shake, bake, into the lane, right-handed layup off the glass, good. 84-62, 25 seconds remaining. Leon will bring the dribble across, the Aggie crowd in a standing ovation in appreciation of this basketball team, which put on an absolute clinic tonight. Leon's into the lane, spins to the right in the lane, his right-handed hook shot's no good, and that pretty much sums up Bradley's night. With 6 on the clock, Ashland's driven it out, and the Aggie basketball team will get out of here. Final score from the D. Glenn Smith Spectrum, Utah State 84, Bradley 62.